आजकल फैमिली के बहुत सारे मेंबर नाराज, बीच का रास्ता लिए हुए और भी चीज। मेरी आप सबसे बस एक गुजारिश है, नाराज होने का भी हक है। हर एक को अपनी राय रखने का भी हक है, हर एक को अपनी राय बता दी तो उनका क्या कहना है, क्या इस केस को बिहार में ट्रांसफर किया जा सकता है। और 3 दिन के बाद ये कोर्ट है जज कि वो बताएंगे कि इस मामले की जांच कौन करेगा। काम ऐसी। लेकिन ऑफिशियल सीबीआई इस केस को तभी जांच जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला है। तो दूसरी तरीके से एक और लाइन कि अभी एफआईआर दर्ज कर ले, सीबीआई टीम बनाओ, और सीबीआई की टीम आधी रात मुंबई और जाकर वहां सीधे कहे मुंबई पुलिस से कि ये सारे केस के कागजात, सारे सबूत आप हमें दीजिए तो हम जांच। मुंबई पुलिस साफ मना करेगी। क्यों मना करेगी? ये कि अभी हमारा मामला कोर्ट में, और उस कोर्ट में हमसे 3 दिन के लिए जवाब मांगा एफिडेविट, अगले हफ्ते फैसला। एक बार कोर्ट का फैसला आ जाए अगर आपके हक में तो हम आपको सारे सबूत दे देंगे। फिलहाल हम आपको नहीं देंगे क्योंकि अभी जांच, ये चीजें आपको समझानी जरूरी थी। या ये बेशक, लेकिन इसका जो फैसला आखिरी वो अगले हफ्ते होगा। इस मामले की जांच कौन करेगी? ये टेक्निकल और लीगल। अब आइए दूसरी चीज, क्योंकि ये मामला लगातार उलझता जा रहा है और कई सारी चीजें आ रही हैं, कई चीजें अलग अलग आ रही हैं। एक बहुत सारे अपने लोगों ने मेल लिखा था और उन्होंने ये कहा था कि सर इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा क्लियर कीजिए। और बहुत सारे लोगों को देश के बाहर से ये कंफ्यूजन कहाँ से हुआ मुझे नहीं आता, लेकिन उनको पढ़ने के बाद मुझे लगा कि हाँ लॉजिकल। फिर मैंने उसको डिटेल पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट, एफआईआर तो नहीं, एडीआर, मुंबई के रिपोर्टर मुस्तफा से इन लोगों से बात की, और तब जाकर एक केस तो आपको पता है रिया पॉलिटिकल इतिहास सामने आए वो भी। एक कहानी आई थी कि जब दिशा की मौत के बारे में पता चला और
मत ना मारो। अरे नहीं फाड़ो भाई, फाड़ो भाई। आ छोड़ दो ना फिर। गिर जाओगे।
रात में दूसरा
छोड़ो ना गुड़िया। गुड़िया 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 गुड़िया। म्यूट ऐसे ही होता है ना।
दबाएगी तुम।
हेलो हेलो विनल सर। हेलो निहाल सर।
Audible? Hello. Picture आया ना तो picture तो आइए सर.
sir, audible. Apni audible, sir. Please.
Video and visible.
Not
Am I
visible,
visible?
but not visible. Audible.
Yeah.
Visible.
Visible.
Visible. Fine.
Okay. So I am starting. Okay.
Sir.
Okay.
So namaskar. Good morning. Respected resource person, Dr. Punendu Vikas Acharji, my dear students, my colleagues, IQAC coordinator, and the participants. Today's webinar program is competitive programming. Before to say something, I am giving some data about the Dr. Punendu Vikas Acharji. He is our student from this college also. He has done his MSc degree from Guwahati University in computer science, MTech degree in information technology with first class from Guwahati University, then completed PhD degree from Guwahati University, and he has also done PGDCA from Guwahati University. He has some professional certificates also. He has done some projects all on online projects, online text speech projects. Such projects are done by him. He have the teaching experience as a part-time teaching from Pandu College and also Assam Engineering College, and having also from other institutes. Then he has research experience from USIC, Guwahati University. Then I am giving some more data. He has the workshop experience. He has attended some workshop. Then he has a technical skills about computer related subjects. Then he has completed many international conference, attended papers, international conference journals, etc. Then he has some conference paper also, and conference paper reviewers, say 10th Asian Control Conference 2015, and also have, I am not giving any details because the resource person will say something about his topic. So the webinar will be greatly enlighten the participants. So I hope we will be great success for conducting this webinar. So without any taking time, I am handing over these to the resource person, Dr. Punendu Vikas Acharji. So thank you all. So over to Dr. P.B. Acharji. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, carry on.
Before starting my webinar for today, I would like to say at least 2-3 lines for my faculty members for whom I am here now. Dr. Minarpal sir, your positivity and your encouragement brighten my days. Sir, I am so grateful that you were my teachers. Sir, your kindness made me feel welcomed and comfortable here. Thank you for the embodying this. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all the professors of
Thank
Lumding
you.
College.
Thank you.
For you only, I am here today. Okay. So, my request to all the participants, my humble request, please mute your system because a lot of noises are coming out. My humble request to all of you. And since time is very less, so I will try to cover it up within half an hour. And if you have got any query, please write your query in the text box or chat box. I will definitely answer your query. And if any query is left, I will share my contact number and email ID. At any moment of time, you can contact me. Thank you. Okay. Now, see my topic, today's topic is competitive programming, and the term programming is associated to everyone, and I think most of us is having a fear of programming. So now the thing is today's world is running for these programmers, and the entire thing are running by programmers, right? So for this I would like to share my first slide. Yeah. So I think Stephen Hawking is a person who require no introduction. I just like to quote his sentences. You can see, whether you want to uncover the secrets of the universe or you want to pursue a career in the 21st century, basic computer programming is an essential skill to learn. So I think this line is enough for us to know that basic computer programming is the first and foremost skill that you need to learn to survive in this 21st century. Okay. Now, dear participants who are from colleges 10+2 or degree level, my topic, today's topic is specifically for you, right? And of course, it is for those who are yet to be in the field of programming, right? Please stop feeling scared of programming, right? It is the most easiest thing if you start doing it in a systematic manner, and if you do it with passions for at least 2 to 3 years, definitely will learn lot many things. Maybe you learn more than me, you learn more than any other computer programmer, right? Okay. Now, why this competitive programming? Everyone of us is familiar with computer programming. Now, what is competitive programming? So see, in every field there are sports, like it is a sports of football, cricket, and every others, right? Competitive programming is a mind sport, right? It it's a sport. I think today's students, they are familiar with the sports. Like they are playing PUBG over net, they are playing some other games in a team, or with some teams in a over the net, over internet also. So competitive programming is a mind sport which is held over internet or intranet, maybe it is local net also, right? So their participants, they involve themselves, maybe individually or maybe in terms of a group, and they try to solve some problems under some constraints, under some specifications, right? Okay. Now, definitely you will, you are interested to know why this competitive programming. Okay, fine. Let's see. Now, see, a lot of people will ask you why competitive programming is required. So these are a few points which I would like to tell you why competitive programming. First of all, it publicly demonstrate your skills, prepare you for a technical interview, makes you desirable candidate for major companies, makes you more faster and focused, helps you to solve complicated problems, guaranteed brain exercise, teaches you how to work in teams, and again, it's fun. Now, see, maybe a lot of students are there, a lot of peoples are there who know good programming, but problem is their programming is limited within the classroom, their programming is limited within the projects, their programming is limited within the computer science labs. I request every one of you, please get familiar with few things. For example, please familiar with one thing called LinkedIn. Please familiar with one thing called GitHub. It is free of cost. You just register yourself, you build your profile there, whether it is GitHub, whether it is LinkedIn, and whatever programming code that you do, whatever you do something different, everything you try to upload in your profiles. You just create your GitHub profile, whatever small or big problem or program that you do, whether it is a project, it is a classwork, it is something else that you did extra, please upload it into GitHub and make it public. Now, why I am saying so? Once you start publicly demonstrating your skills, your programming codes, then only the rest of the world came to know. Then the rest of the world will know, yes, there is a person who does these things, or who can do these things, who have written this code, right? See, knowing something is very good, but today's world is something different. And here, whatever you know, whatever you did, whatever extra skills that you have, you should publicly demonstrate. And from my side, I would suggest you to publicly demonstrate your skills in either in LinkedIn or into GitHub, or you can take both, right? Okay. Now, when you are doing competitive programming, as I told you, like writing program, every one of us maybe may have done in class 9, 10, or 8, or maybe in 11, 12 in degree level, right? But writing program under some constraints, we never did. We never did a program, right? Suppose I am trying to take a very small, simple example. Suppose find the sum of two numbers. I think every one of us has done it, right? Okay. So none of us, while writing the code, never thought of whether this program will execute within 3 microsecond, whether this program will execute taking only 6 bytes, whether the program will run or it will consume this amount of memory, processor cycles. No. What we did actually, we tried to find the solution in terms of a program and we have written it. We never thought of the constraints that may be available along with the problem, right? So once you start working with competitive programming, definitely all these technical things will get associated with you and it will definitely help you prepare for a better technical interview. Next, makes you desirable candidate for major companies. Yes. Now, after 1 or 2 slides or 3 slides, I will show you some this one competitive programming links where I will request everyone, because again, it is free of cost. Every one of you should register yourself there and start trying their problems, start solving their problems. Remember, if you cannot solve it, no problem. You will find a lot of people, they have solved their problems in terms of programs and they have uploaded it. You try yourself. If you cannot do, simple. You can take help from them, right? Okay. Now only I have told you, yes, you try to create your profile in LinkedIn. See how I came to know about this competitive programming. I don't have any profile in LinkedIn, right? Around 4 or 5 years earlier. So when I have created this one profile in LinkedIn, and in this profile I have mentioned that I am a programmer, I want to do programming, I like programming, and so forth. And based on this similarity, a lot of suggestions, lot of other this one requests that came to me, and lot of suggestions that I found. And there I found a lot of good programmers who are doing this competitive programming, who are a good programmer, who are working as a programming in so many big companies. Maybe it is Google, maybe it is Microsoft, and maybe some more, right? So what I tried, I started sending requests to them, and after some days, after 1 month, after 2 months, some of them, not all, few of them accepted my request. And this way, I started putting myself into some group. See, always try to be a member of this kind of peers. That will definitely help you to improve your skills, because it is not that every programming skill that you have, everything that you know, it is not that, right? When you are into this such kind of peer groups, you will learn a lot with these peer members, right? So, and indirectly that will makes you desirable candidate for major companies. Okay, makes you move faster and focused. Yes, when you do competitive programming later, you will say some steps are there, right? See, in real life also, when we are facing some problem, just see, just try to remind what you do. If you have faced the same kind of problem earlier, then within a fraction of a second you think, oh, this problem is like that, no? So yes, it can be solved by this way. It means you have understood the pattern of the problem, and that makes you faster as well as focused towards the solution of the problem, right? So competitive programming will definitely teach you how to be faster, how to be focused. Next, helps you solve complicated problems. Yes, once you are in the field, once you are competitive into the field of competitive programming, you are participating in some competitions. In my case also, I will show you in my case also, I have got a member from Australia, I have got two members from Britain. I know very little about programming, but we fought together. We participated in what programming Olympics and some other. We lost after 3 rounds, after 4 rounds, we lost, right? But still, I, being a member of that team, I learned a lot from those people, and indirectly, I learned a lot how to solve complicated problems. And granted, brain exercise, yes. See, we spend a lot of time in WhatsApp or in Facebook or in simply seeing the WhatsApp, I mean this one, YouTube videos. Why not half an hour? Why not only 1 hour in a day? Why not only 3 hours in a week? We can spend for this, right? It will guarantee your brain exercise. It will help you to be in, this one, demonstrate your skills. It will help you to be desirable candidate for some good companies, right? As well as it will help you in to improve your technical skills, right? And this one teaches you how to work in teams. Yes, because in school or college level projects, what we do, that is, and the in the real world scenario, that these two are far from the other, right? So when you are into competitive programming, the problem set they will that you will find there, it is a real world problem set, right? And there you will learn how to deal with these real world problems in terms of a team, right? And lastly, of course, it is fun. It is really fun once you start taking the test of it. Okay, as I told you earlier, where I can practice competitive programming, these are few: CodeSafe, Topcoder, HackerRank, CodeForces, HackerArt, and many more. Right? So from my side, I suggest you to go with CodeSafe, because CodeSafe is very has got a multiple type of levels, and moreover, I find it very easy for the beginners. And then you can go for Topcoder, HackerArt, CodeForce, and HackerRank, etc. Right? Okay. So now, see, so before going to this, I'd like to show you something. See, I think all of you can see my screen. Yes, if it is so, then see, this is my account in CodeSafe. This is my account in CodeSafe, and these are my account in this one, account for this one, CodeForce, HackerArt, all are there, right? Fine. So these are my these are my accounts for this CodeSafe and all. Like, okay, let me find out CodeSafe. Okay, fine. Now this is code set, right? Okay. Now this code safe and this HackerArt and this code forces, as I told you here, these are completely free of cost, right? What you need to do, you need to simply register yourself as you did in case of his Facebook or Gmail, and then you have to log in, and after that there are some options, right? There are some options. Out of that, you will find, from there you will find practice level by difficulty, practice problem by difficulty level, and all this you will get. So I am trying to tell you about this practice one. Okay, see, you can see beginner, easy, medium, hard, challenge, and peer, right? So suppose any problem, suppose you are thinking about this problem, just click in this problem, try to see what it is. Okay. So it is a safe and card game. Fine. So it is this, what it is the problem they have given, right? It is this type of input they are asking for. It is this type of output they are asking for. It is the constraint, right? And it is the sample input, and it is the sample output they are expecting from you, right? So every this is how every example is there, having some problem definition, having some input pattern, having some output pattern, and having some constraints, and then under this constraint you have to work, right? Okay, now in my PPT I have shown you this one, like components in a problem set. Components in a problem set, these are the components in a problem set. Problem statement, as I told you, then constraints, limitation of the input and output, specific data type to be used, input values, expected output, input format, output format, and text case. Okay, let me show you a very small example. Okay, suppose I am showing you a very small example, sum of two digits, right? Or sum of two numbers. Let me find out. I think I have already copied it. Okay, sum of this one, sum of digits. Add two numbers. Okay, let me show you, because it is the easiest one. It will help you definitely. Okay, it is slow. Anyway, fine. Okay, I think all of you can see it is the simple program or simple problem adding two numbers, right? See, so this is your problem statement. This is your input. Say, what is the input? The first line contains an integer t, the total number of total test case. T will say about how many test cases you are going to do. Then T follow lines. Each line contains two integers a and b, the two inputs, right? Okay, let us try to see this. In case of input, this you can see now, this 3, it means it will go for 3 test case. This is 1 and 2 AB, 100 200 AB, 10 40 AB. So these are about input, this 3 is about test case. Fine. Now output, for each test case add A and B, display in a new line. So 1 plus 2 is 3, this 200 100 300, and 100 10 40 is 50. So every output you have to display in the new lines, mean not in the same line. Okay, now constraints. Your T, mean number of test case, cannot be less than 1 and cannot be more than 1000, and the value of A and B cannot be less than equal to 0. It should be more than equal to 0, and it should be less than equal to what, 10,000, right? So this is how the problem statement, the input, the output, the constraints, and why this input and output is given. It is to tell you what kind of data they are asking for. They are asking for the integer values. So you should not supply any value which is float type, right? Okay. So as I told you here, problem statement, constraints, limitations of input output values, specification data type, specific data types, input values, expected output, input format, output format, and test case. Fine. Okay. Now let me show you how I am doing this. Right. Now here see, already I have submitted, that's why it is showing submit, right? Okay, now I can submit it once more time. Okay, now you have to click here submit. When you understood the problem, when you want to do it, when to go for the coding, you have to click the button called submit, right? Okay, now see, already I have did this one. So now here you have to click for the compilers, whether you are doing in C++ 14 compiler or C GCC compiler or Java compiler, Python compiler, and so on and so forth. Here say up, you can click it, and then you have to write your coding here. Right? I think my screen is visible. If I can, right? Okay. See, I have taken one T, which is for test case. I have done scanf T. It will take the input of T, and then while T minus minus, I have taken T is equal to 3, so it will reduce 1 1 1. Then it will I have declared int A and B, then it will take the value of A and B, then it will find the answer A plus B, and then it will print, and then it is return 0. Simple, right? So now this code, whether your code is correct or not, you can do it into two ways, right? You can run it simple, you can run it using custom input. What custom input you have to do? That input values and output values that are given in the sample set, or you can simply click this submit. Okay. Now it is taking submission. Fine. I think you have seen. See, status is correct answer, time is this much second, and solution number this. Right. If you don't know this, if you don't know how to solve this, no issue, no problem, right? What you have to do? What you have to do? You have to simply see the submissions done by the others, right? Okay. So here you can see here the button is there, all submissions. You simply click here and you see the submissions made by the others, right? See, now the last one, 30 seconds ago, it is PB Acharya. It is my personal email ID or account, user account, and through that I have submitted this, right? So the same problem submission is given by so many people, right? Where tick mark is correct, you can click any one of them and you can view how the code is done, right? Of course, if you want, you can connect that to the people. How you can connect with the people? Here there is a area called discussion forum. There you can mention the username. These are the usernames: Kun, KUN16, NOTMEE, PBACHARYAA. These are the username. Through this, you can come down to this forum and you can ask that particular person to answer you, to explain you how these things are done, right? And this is how you can be a member of this competitive programming peer group. Okay, fine. Now I hope you have understood what is about this problem statement and constraint, limitations, specific data type, input, expected output, input format, and text case. Fine. Now you have seen when I have submitted, after some time it has given me the result, right? So there is something called online judge, right? What is this online judge? This is a set of programs or algorithms which does these things for us. What it does, it evaluates the source code that is given. It compiles and executes the code online, verifies the correctness, right, and tells you the program passed all the tests, tells you whether the program passed with the time constraint, tells you the program passed with the memory constraints, right? In this particular case, there is no time constraint and memory constraint, but since I tried out with the beginner or easy level, right, when you go to the further, then you will find out this time constraint and memory constraints also. There it will be written your program should execute within 10 seconds, your program should execute with that amount of memory consumptions, right? Okay. Now These are the possible results, right? Whether your program is accepted, your program exceeded the time limit, wrong answer, runtime error, compilation error, memory limit exceeded, presentation error, and all this, right? Okay, so few symbols that will come across into this: runtime error, compilation error, timeout error, wrong answer, and or accepted, right? And in case of timeout, so many things are there. It is not about your program timed out due to this processing, right? See, a lot of things we need to know in terms of technical point of view, right? Like we all know whether who are if you are familiar with this Java or C or C++, right? A lot of statements like cout, scene, scanf, printf, or in case of Java, it is scanner class or buffered reader, right? A lot of things are there. So which statements is working faster, right? You have to know this and you have to use that one, right? Okay. Now, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is, due to your input output statement also, a lot of program takes a lot of extra execution time, which really helps you to time out the this one this time this exceed the timeout constraint, right? Okay. Now, in case of this one compilation error, right? So suppose you have, I think you have seen all this key in case of Java. Suppose your main class should be public. If it is not public, then it will show you compilation error. In case of C++, because we are familiar with this Turbo C compiler or Turbo C++ compiler, we are using this iostream.h. But now in this one, in this in this CodeSafe or any other competitive programming go, they are using GCC compiler, where you have to write iostream and you have to write cout, scene, standard namespace, right? So this will also help you to mean this kind of this one compilation error it occurs, right? Okay. Now in case of runtime error, I know these things are very much technical. I think the persons who are familiar with programming, they will know it. You get this kind of error, I mean this one runtime error 6 SEGV. If you are what declared a variable and you have not initialized the variable, so that might give you this kind of sig abrt caused by the program aborting due to fatal error, and sig fpe, it is floating point error, and jec non-zero exit code. So this kind of runtime error you will come across when you are into this competitive programming, right? Normal case also you will get it, right? Okay. In case of wrong answer, you may say, sir, whatever answer I have given, it is correct. Yes, it is. Okay, I think I should wait for 5 minutes more because others need to join. So I have got next around 5 to 6 slides left. So it will be finished within next 15 to 20 minutes. Within this time, those who have joined, if you want to ask me anything, you can ask, please. You can ask using your chat box. Please ask. Participants, since I have to wait for 5 minutes more so that others can join. Within these 5 minutes, I request all of you, please ask questions that are related to my webinar. I mean, how far we have covered now, you can ask. Please ask. Okay, so let me ask you something. I can see the names like Akanksha, Anjali, Anu, Deepika. Yes, please ask. पार्थ सर कुछ पूछिए सर. Okay, so let me ask you something. Yes, sir, please. I think network is poor. You can ask through chat box also. Okay, how can a beginner compete in a competitive programming? Yes, in my later slide also it is available. Anyway, see, first of all, there are two types of persons that we came across. One who knows a very little about programming, and the other who knows nothing about programming. Right? Okay, the person who knows very little about programming, right? So what they need to do, they need to join peer groups first. Most important thing, to join yourself into a peer group, right? Suppose I have got lot number of peer groups. I mean, in my students also has got number of peer groups. So when they join with these peer groups, being into the peer group, they can ask themselves how to, how to do these things, how to do that thing. Other than this, you can see, as I have shown you here, you can see here, okay, see, you can see practice and learn, right? So practice problems by difficulty level. So, sir, here you can see there are very easy problem sets, simple, right? See, for beginner, in case of beginner, you will find simply print a line called welcome to you. That is also the a very small program. I mean, I think this is the easiest program, right? In case of beginner, right? So this is how he can start from this beginner level. Then after that, it can go for this easy level. Then after that, he can go for a medium level, then hard and challenge, right? And to be into this competitive programming area, foremost important thing is to create a peer group, because that student may not know a lot of things about programming. But when you create peer group with this 4, 5, or 10 member, you can ask one, yes, how it can be done or how it can be I mean, we can do this or that. Yes, I think I have answered. Or the person who knows nothing about programming, very simple. The lot of other free sites are available. You can join there. Sir, in HackerRank, competitive programs are same as Coursera. No. Every whether it is HackerRank, it is HackerArt, it is Coursera, problem sets, right? And every time they are changing the problem sets, right? So since I find it easier, I have started with this Coursera, right? And then I mean when I complete this medium level or hard level, then I went to HackerArt. I have got this one account for HackerArt. I have got account for HackerRank and Code Forces, Code, and I mean this one some other also ICPC is there, right? Okay. I think Sanjali, I think I have answered you. Okay. Any question, please ask. One. Any more question? Please ask. Okay. Let me give a quick rewind of this thing. See how far what we have covered till now. I told you what is competitive programming. Then I told you why this competitive programming is required. Then I told you the components of a problem set. What is this problem set? Because in competitive programming, you will meet with this thing called problem set, or what you can say questions, right? So these are the components of a problem set. In a question, in case of competitive programming, you will get across with this kind of things, right, in a problem set. Okay. Then I told you about what is online judge, right? Then I told you what are the possible results, right? Okay. Then I told you what are the different errors that will come across, right? Now, how do you crack competitive coding? Okay, I think I can start now, right? Okay, now see, how do you crack competitive coding? Now, how do you crack this competitive coding? Okay, now, first of all, most important thing is you have to have passion, and then you have to regularly participate in some contest, right? Then you have to choose a programming language, and you have to start learning it nicely, right? Then you have to choose some programming platforms, right, for practicing, as I told you, CodeSafe or Code Forces or HackerRank or HackerArt and all, right? And you have to know a bit about data structures, though I don't agree with this, right? Because when I came across with this competitive programming or competitive coding contest, I have found we are into a group of 4 members, and everyone knows different things. Someone is very good in this one coding, someone is very good in data structures, someone is very good in memory management, right? Someone is very good in designing APIs, right? And it is not necessarily that you should know data structure very nicely, right? Okay, but if you know data structures, it will be definitely helping you to go for better programming, right? Okay, now how do you prepare for competitive programming? First of all, learning to code, right? Now every one of you, I think every one of you is familiar with programming because you have learned C or maybe, yes, I think C in your college level, right? Okay. So, first of all, in this level, a programmer at this level, maybe starting his first programming code, or maybe a printf hello, right? So, this is the first programming code without knowing anything about C, right? He just started learning, he just learned how to code, how to write printf hello, and how to execute the program, and how to see what display is coming. And I think every one of us is familiar with this, right? Then learning a language. After that it comes, right? Ki, which language we should learn, right? See, in our time we have learned C programming. After that came across with Java, and we found that Java is much more important than C. Then we learned Java, and after that, in my teaching time, I have heard ki yes, Python is much more better than Java, and then I started learning Python nicely, right? So see, don't this one don't be very much choosy, right? कि मुझे C सीखना है, Java सीखना है या Python सीखना है, right? कोई भी एक programming, you can choose any programming language, and remember, what you choose you should do it nicely. I started learning. Okay. Now then be fluent in this language, right? Whatever programming language you choose, you invest your more time, you invest. That's why I told you earlier, whatever programming language that you choose, anyone can write programs, anyone can learn programming. Thing is that how much time you have given to it, right? So simple, you just choose the language and you devote your time, at least 1 to 2 years. I'm not saying you devote the whole day, just I am saying you can devote 1 hour in a day or 3 hours in a week. That is also enough for you for learning a programming language, right? Okay. Next, studying problem patterns, right? So once you learn programming, and when you are familiar with familiar with a programming language and you learn it nicely, then your first and foremost duty is to learn the problem patterns, right? So see, whenever you are getting a problem, if you know the pattern of the problem, you can write the code quickly, you can find the solution quickly, right? So that's what today's world is required, right? Today's world is required. You have to write a programming code within 2 days, within 3 days, within 6 hours, within 10 hours, right? So when this kind of, because nobody is there, nobody is there to wait for you that you will write the code within, you will take 2 years long and you will find out something, and for the within the duration maybe the problem has been changed, right? So instant solving quality is required. It is the first and foremost thing that is required for today's world, right? So you need to know the problem patterns. So once you come across with a problem, once you understand the pattern of it, you can write the code quickly. Okay, and then you need to understand the concept of time and space, right? Yes, it is not you, it may be any one of the group member who can understand the concept of time and space. Mean how much time you are consuming or your program is consuming while it is executing, and how much space it is consuming when it is executing. I mean when the program is running, right? Okay. Now you have to learn the fundamentals of data structures and algorithm, right? Yes, the very basic concepts of data structure and algorithm is required. If you don't know, if your team members know, then also it is welcome. Then after knowing, see what is your thing, you have to choose a language, you have to learn the programming language nicely, you have to learn about the programming patterns, then you have to learn very little or fundamental about data structures and algorithms. Then the most important thing is you have to start taking challenge. Maximum of the computer science students that I came across, that I met, they what they do, they simply do the course, they simply do the learn programming languages C, programming language Java, they do some programming lab solutions, they write it in the lab copy, they do some project. After the course is over, they are very much busy in the other works, right? And see, once you start taking challenges and solve problem codings, solve this one, the complex type of problems, then only your programming skill will enhance, right? Okay. Now you have to practice. You have to practice it, and you have to do it regularly, right? Regularly, it doesn't mean every day you have to do. If you take it 3 days in a week, that is also enough, but you have to do it with your this one on regular basis, right? And start participating in the competitions, right? Okay, now as I told you earlier, there are some short term this one programming competitions, like as I mentioned you earlier, ICPC, it is called what programming Olympics, right? Then International Olympiad in Informatics, all these are there. These are short term programming contests, right? If you simply this one, if you simply search it or Google it, you just write the short term competitive programming, long term programming, competitive programming, you will find all this there, right? Okay, now these are the common questions that are asked by every one of us, right? Which programming language is the best for competitive programming? Remember, whether it is C, it is Java, or it is Python, you need to learn the programming concept. Once you learn the programming concept, any programming language that will come as a new, it will take hardly 2 weeks to take it over, right? Okay, now next is competitive programming is necessary? Of course necessary, right? Because writing a program and writing a program in competitive programming with competitive programming skill is completely different, right? Because I'll try to show you one thing, one small thing I'll try to show you. Just let me see. Yeah, I think you can see my screen, right? See what I'm telling till now. I'm telling, please register yourself into HackerEarth, HackerRank, top CodeSafe and all. See why I am saying, when you start yourself with this beginner level, then easy level, then what medium level, and then hard level, when you complete one level after the other, you will get 1 star. You'll get 1 star, and after completion of few levels, you will get 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. This is how you'll be getting, right? Okay, you know these companies. I think you have heard of this. Capital One, Twitter, Adobe System, Dropbox, all this you have seen. I think VMware, Red Hat, right? All these companies, they normally don't do any kind of this one. The open interview for their core programmers. They don't do. What they do, they contact with this hacker rank. They see the rank, they see the star that is carried by you in hacker rank, and they call you directly, right? Like Skillenza, they are supporting for Amazon, Boss, Swiggy, all these clouds, right? Amazon Web Clouds, right? Like Top Coder, they are supporting for Google, Yahoo, Nvidia, JP Morgan, all these, right? For CodeWars, they are supporting for Apple, Andela, TrueCar, right? Lead Code, Coding Game. I think I've heard Facebook, right? So Cisco, right? Pinterest, Apple, right? So why I'm saying to come down to this, this one, competitive programming, only because of this. Because you may know a good programming, you may have a good programming skill, right? But when you start competing, you will know a lot number of other things, right? How to write a program under constraints, how to write programs within a limited time, how to execute a program within a limited memory space, right? And once you come across with this, you will be more skillful, right? And whatever you do, again I am saying, whatever you do, please, you start putting yourself into GitHub and LinkedIn, right? Because these big companies don't call you that way. These big companies have their eye on this hacker rank, hacker earth, code safe and all, right? And when you earn this, if it is done regularly, and for a person who knows bit programming, little bit about programming, it will take what, around 3 months to 4 months, right? Okay, thank you all of you for listening to me. I request all of you, before stopping this, please write this one, some question. Yes, which is the earliest, easiest programming language for a beginner? Yes, I think it is C, right? Request all of you to go for C programming language, learn it nicely. Remember, in Lumding College, in my time, I have got a very good faculty members till date. There are so many faculty members. I know all faculty members. They are very much having helping hand. They are very good. See, rest is about your interest. If you are really having interest, you just get in touch with the faculty member and learn from them. Faculty members are very eager to teach you, help you. Please learn from them. And this is a very new domain, competitive programming. It is very new to India, right? I request all of you who are new to this programming language, please bring yourself into this competitive programming field and make yourself into with more skills, and so that you can, getting a job in government of Assam or getting a job in something, right? Why we cannot focus? See, I think all of you know na, and the top 52 companies, around the world, out of them 38 companies are running by Indians. 38 world's best companies, CEOs are Indians. And remember, you are a Indian. Be proud of it and start working for that. Faculty members are there to help you out. And this is my contacts. I'm sharing with you. Any one of you want to join in my peers, most welcome. Right? Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Are, sir, how are you, sir?
Hello.
Sir, audible.
Audible, no?
Audible.
Okay.
Sir, before you start, I would like to say one line for you.
Oh, yeah.
ये है निर्मलो sir, who is the person who can teach you the textbooks as well as teach you how to be a friend with a student. I played with him. I learned a lot from him. He is a person of different aspects, right? Like Minal sir, he shows you how to be a different kind of person, and Nirmalo sir is different kind of person. इनके साथ मैंने गेम खेला, उन्होंने मुझे गाली दिया, सिखाया. आज मैं जहाँ पे हूँ, इन लोगों के लिए हूँ. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm audible, no?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Or audible?
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Good afternoon to everybody. Being a coordinator NAC, Lumding College, it is a privilege to me to give vote of thanks. Today, Department of Computer Science, Lumding College, in association with IQAC, Lumding College, organized National Webinar on Competitive Programming. I convey my thankfulness to HOD, Department of Computer Science, Professor Pradeep Majumdar and Professor Panna Chaudhary for arranging such an informative program. I also convey my thankfulness Dr. Minal Kantipal, Principal Lumding College, for his active effort and support and inaugural speech, and also narrated regarding today's speaker, Dr. Purnendu Vikas Acharji. Already, Lumding College various department organized 15 national and international webinars. Some are to organize within coming interval of times. I am very happy to convey my gratitude to today's speaker, Dr. Purnendu Vikas Acharji, Professor Kaziranga University, Assam. After graduation from Lumding College, he did his master in computer science and PhD from Guwahati University. He also possesses so many diploma and professional courses in his credit. I'm very proud of him. During his college days, he took part in many functions, curricular activities, and so many times he led the many college functions from frontline. He is a dedicated and very active and very punctual person. He is fond of to perform management activities anywhere, anytime. I also pray for his bright future in ahead. I also convey my thankfulness to all the participants, my esteemed colleagues, students, research scholars, IQAC members from different parts of the country. I also convey my thankfulness to IT members of the college, especially Mr. Bishwajit Das for cooperation in this today's webinar. I thanks all of you for you. Today's program came into a fruitful one. Thank you all. Thanks all of you. Okay. Okay, sir. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Punandu আসবে লামলিং এ হ্যাঁ
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
খুব ভালো লাগলো হ্যাঁ
Thank you, sir.
থ্যাংক
Thank
ইউ
you. Okay, okay, sir.